been trying to clean the bottom of the boat. I'm going to go and have to buy a sander tomorrow to get all the old antifoul off. I've tried to get it off by hand, but it's quite a job, so I'm going to have to go and get a sander tomorrow and get all the bottom of the boat clean, and then get ready for painting, and then put a bit of epoxy on the rest of the stuff. But oh, it's a bit of a horrible job. I look like one of the men from the Blue Men group. So literally, I was up at 7 o'clock this morning, and I basically got an orbital sander and ground all the old antifoul off the bottom of the boat. It took from 7 till 11 just to do the one side. It's taken about nearly 4 days now. I haven't done it all in one go. I've done 2 days and this is the second day, so last day, so hopefully I should be getting the last coat of paint on the boat today. And it's a beautiful day, and that's the boat there, and as you can see I've masked on the waterline, and yeah, painted, so it's nearly done now, which should be good because it's a pretty horrible job, and one step closer to getting her moved, which is on Monday. The guy with the crane came round yesterday, and the guy who's moving it came round and just checked the place out, so we've just got to take that gate off there, and then a crane's coming in here and it's going to dump it onto a low loader out to the lane out there and then take it to Dartmouth. Cool, right, well, that's that for now. Yeah, it's getting there, it looks pretty cool. Okay, so it's Saturday evening in Cornwall, it's about 5:30. I've been here since Wednesday, and it's Saturday evening now. So I basically finished all the painting on the boat, but I did make a bit of a rookie mistake in the masking tape. I left the masking tape on the first side that I painted for, well, it's been on for a week now, and you should really take it straight off, otherwise, as you can see it up here, it really sticks, and it's just been a complete ball ache to get off. So tip to anyone, don't buy cheap masking tape, buy the blue or green stuff. In fact, buy the 3M stuff, if you can, the green stuff, and then paint, and then take it off as quick as you can, you know, but don't leave it on more than a day, otherwise it's just a nightmare to get off. Okay, but apart from that, I've got to do the length of the boat, and I've got to take all the masking tape off. I've done the one side, but apart from that, I've done quite a lot of other stuff. Down here today we took the back gantry off, so there's no rear gantry to the boat, that's all down here. We had to lift that off, put some wood around it. Also, we had to move the mast out onto the grass, and that took 5 of us to lift. Me, Colin, his wife Rebecca, Rebecca's brother, and Lucy, their daughter, and me had to lift this mast, which, as you can see, is pretty big and quite heavy. It weighs about, Colin reckons it weighs about 500 kilos, so you know, nearly half a ton. I'm not sure it's that heavy myself, but it's pretty damn heavy, and it's awkward as well. I managed to paint the propeller with some hardened antifoul, which doesn't come off so easily. So I'm going to do another coat of that tomorrow and polish that up and try and get the masking tape off. Also, I did a few jobs inside, which I'll show you now. Okay, so in the boat now, it's a bit of a mess at the moment. I've got stuff all over the place, like tools, and I've got a bilge pump here. And basically what I've had to do is, here's where the fresh water tank is, and I've had to take the floor up. And basically, I don't know whether you can see that is actually water. So I've had to fill that up with Milton. Fill it up with water and put Milton into it to sterilise it. And I've left it in there now for a while, and then I'm going to have to pump all that out with this bilge pump that I fixed up. Colin gave me a bilge pump. Yeah, like I said, I've got to pump the water out of there, out of the cockpit hatch, into the cockpit, using this bilge pump. I'll speak properly. My dad gave me this. It's off his tractor, and he gave me this hose as well that we're going to rig up and see if it works. Hopefully it will. Yeah, so it's a bit of a mess in the moment, but I'm going to do that this evening once the Milton is dissolved, and yeah, and I think then I'll call it a day. And then tomorrow I've just got to start the engine again. Go in and get some Sikaflex sealant, proper marine sealant, for when I put the gantry back on. Find some washers, and then that'll be tomorrow. And then Monday they're coming to move it, so that's D-Day. Oh well, I'm sure it'll be alright. So I've rigged up the bilge pump to the battery, rigged that up, and it seems to be working. So I'm pumping all of the water out of the water tank there through the bilge pump, which is attached to the battery there, and that is pumping out of the fresh water tank all the way up here through the pipe, and as you can see, at a fair old rate, into the cockpit and draining out the back. So should have the tank emptied in no time at all. Well, I'm glad that worked, because I didn't have a plan B apart from scooping it out into a bucket, and that would probably take me half a day, so I'm glad it's all working. One thing goes right, brilliant. I've also got a load of stuff in the van, so I hope it's not too heavy. I've got the chain here, which weighs quite a lot, and a 25 kilo anchor, and then all the sails and stuff got to go in, and the hydrovane's got to go in here as well, so I'll be taking it easy on the way to Dartmouth. Okay, so it's Monday morning, and I'm just waiting for the crane to turn up, and what we've got to do is lift the boat up, and then a low loader will park in the lane and we put it on that. And basically I've finished painting the boat now. It took me 2 days to get all the masking tape off, but I'd managed to finish that last night, and then did a few jobs this morning, took all the stanchions off and the pulpit, and yeah, put some signs up the lane because the lane's going to be shut, and yeah, just waiting for the crane guy to turn up now, and he's all ready to go, so fingers crossed everything will go to plan. Never does. There goes my mast. The first thing that happened when eventually the second crane turned up was hit my mast against the side of the crane. So at 10 o'clock that morning, the first crane arrived with the low loader lorry, which is the lorry that the boat's supposed to go on. When it got here, it realised they'd ordered the wrong crane. The guy who'd surveyed it had got it completely wrong, so the first crane that turned up was way too big, couldn't get next to the boat where it is now. So that was 10 o'clock in the morning, so the guy in the Arctic truck had to go and take the Arctic truck and park it on a lay-by somewhere. So we waited all day, and about 4 o'clock got a phone call saying we've got another crane and it's coming. Then they phoned up and said that crane had broken down and a clip had flown off the intercooler, and they were sending a bloke to try and find a part in a shop, and the driver was walking down the road. Anyway, then I got another phone call saying the driver had found the clip on the intercooler and had fixed the crane and they'd be there. And then you've just seen now the crane turned up. First thing it did was pick up the mast, bang it against the side of the crane, which didn't damage the mast, but it wasn't a good sign to start with. Anyway, then they moved the boat and disaster happened. But I'll tell you a little bit more about that next time. So thanks for watching, and if you liked it, do subscribe or press like. And next time I'll be telling you about what happened when we tried to move the boat to South Devon from where it is now. Okay, well, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.